taking over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
Well, we still got 3 more baseball games to hit and taters, so let's dive into hour 3 of C2C on a Tuesday from New York City. Good to have you with us. I'm Ferrall with Carver High.
We do still have 3 more late-night games. We go to the left coast now. We'll start in Anaheim, where the A's are still in town. It'll be Mitch Spence going for the A's. Jose Soriano goes for Anaheim. Minus 150 Angels, plus $1.25 A's, and an 8.5.
Yeah, again, I'm Angels. This team, the A's, there's something about them. I stay away from them.
Yeah, they're just a bad, just bad right now. You don't want anything to do with either of those guys. Dodgers and the Padres once again at Petco. Dylan Cease will go for San Diego. The Dodgers are going to run some kind of a bullpen game tonight. It's still listed at pretty much everywhere as undecided. As we know, they've got a lot of pitching injuries. I guess this was the spot where Gonsolin was. Minus 120 for San Diego, even money for LA, and an 8.5.
It's screaming Padres to me because Cease is awful, and yet he's still minus $1.20 because they're running out these clowns because they got 14 guys, pitchers on the IL, so they're literally clown show. So I'm going to go Friars here and lay it, even though I think Dylan Cease needs to shave his beard. He's been nothing but Black Cloud Diner the entire season for San Diego. He's been awful.
Awful. Horrible is what he has been. And finally, Seattle and Arizona. They played a wild one last night. They'll do it again out at the Toaster. Logan Evans will pitch for Seattle this evening. Brandon Pfaadt, who you talk about awful. He's really been awful lately. Diamondbacks minus 145, plus $1.20 for the M's, and a 9.5.
Seattle's about to drop to 500. They've stunk so bad lately. Yeah. Your boy Bob Evans Sausage is pitching tonight. I'm going to go Snakes again with Pfaadt. The difference with Pfaadt, he gives up lots of runs, but he wins. They score runs for him. He's 7-4 with his jacked 6 ERA. I'm still going Snakes in the desert here. At that price, it's not that bad, considering how Seattle, they're talking about, they talk Cal Raleigh's incredible. Too bad that team isn't.
Team has not been good. They have really hit the skids recently. Remember they had that streak where they didn't lose on the road for like 2 or 3 weeks? They had now
those days are over.
Every night just playing awful. There you go. That's tonight's games. How about a little long balls for a Dinger Tuesday for us on Coast to Coast? Let's let it fly. I'm going to start in Minnesota, actually. I'm taking Corey Seager tonight. He's been quiet, but this Simeon Woods Richardson, he stinks, and he gives up long balls. Now, Simeon's been hot. You want to go Simeon, that's good, too. He hasn't been hot with the homers. He's been hot with everything else. But I'm going to take Seager here at plus 360 tonight against the Twins. Next, I'm going to Boston. You heard me talking already. Giolito stinks. I'm taking Junior Caminero to go over the Green Monster tonight, plus 400.
Ring the bell. It's going to happen.
Next, out to Colorado. No Matt Chapman for the Giants. Willie Adames needs to start picking up the slack a little bit here. Plus 420 for him to go deep fly off of that Palmquist. I know I went to Ketel Marte last night. I usually don't like going to guys back-to-back when they fail me, but I'm feeling it tonight with this Evans against Seattle. I'm going to Marte. Plus 450. I like Naylor again tonight, too. I think those big lefty bats for Arizona can take this guy deep, so we'll go to him. And in Philly, wind blowing out to left, Colin Rea on the mound. I know Schwarber will be popular, but he's like plus 220. I'm going to go a little further down the aisle here. I'm going to go shop with plus 600 and Trey Turner tonight for the Phillies. So Seager, Caminero, Adames, Marte, Turner. And I got to tell you, I like so many tonight, Scotty. It's like I needed like 4 boards tonight. I love this. That Slade Ciccone for Cleveland, he stinks too. I think Will Benson for Cincinnati. That's a little add-on for me. Will Benson and Ellie for Cincinnati tonight. I think they can take him deep.
How about this? Who do you think's throwing batting practice right now at Petco?
Is it Ohtani? You tell me Ohtani's throwing batting practice?
Yes.
Well, it's going to happen. It's happening sooner rather than later.
The humanity of it all.
Now, the thing is, they're so starved for pitching. As we mentioned, they have 14 pitchers on the IL. Are they going to rush him back a little bit? I don't think they will because they're so invested in him long term, and I feel like they've already taken their time with it. But I thought he would at least come back this year as like a reliever. I didn't think he would start this year, but maybe they stretch him out and they start pitching him. Your boy Ohtani, it never goes away. Ohtani.
I just watched it, and he wasn't behind the cage; he was in front of it, so he was short. He was short rubber, but he was on the lower part of the hill, and he was throwing. It seemed to me like he was throwing several different pitches because he was definitely throwing some sliders and some hooks, and he had it all going. He was sweeping it across the plate. So I watched him for about 5 minutes. He threw at least 20, 25 pitches at least, and then he just walked off. So, he's been pitching in the bullpen. They've had him, he's been throwing. So it's going to happen. Like you said, it's inevitable.
Yeah, he's throwing his live BP. It's all the guys. They're all tweeting out their videos and everything else of it right now. Him getting it done out there. So Ohtani.
You heard it here as it was happening.
As it was happening, it was right here for you. So there's your baseball for tonight. Let's go.
We could use a big night. Ball.
Dinger Tuesday for everybody, please.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's get it flying. All right, NBA. We are still awaiting, of course, to get ourselves to game number 3 in Indiana, which is not going to be until tomorrow night, which is an 8:30 tip. Here's the schedule for you. Like I said, you've got some distance here between all of these games. They're going to play Wednesday, Friday. Wow, they're only having one day off between 3 and 4. Playing Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday next week. So still a long haul, but at least this week we get 2 games on Wednesday and Friday.
I can't believe that they're blowing off like a Sunday. To be honest with you, there's no primetime NBA Finals game on a Sunday. I mean, at Monday night you prefer. Have fun with that.
Which is so bizarre, right? Because I can remember so many Father's Days.
Always.
Where the NBA Finals was on at night. Like, remember the one where Jordan won and he was all emotional? It was after his dad passed away. It was on Father's Day. Like, there's been the LeBron one. There's been so many Father's Day NBA Finals. That is kind of weird. Why they didn't play? Why they're not playing on Sunday night? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But they want to stretch it out as long as they possibly can. And that's really what it comes down to. We're going to do, of course, a lot on this tomorrow. It's still standing right now for game number 3, 5.5 for OKC. 228.5 the total. Not much change.
Yeah, I've taken the points on this one, hoping for the best in terms of betting, because I think the Pacers are going to be in this game. I've already seen the Thunder road show, and it's certainly not the same thing as what they do at Paycom. They're still good. They still can win. They still can find a way, but they have not been covering.
They have not been covering at all on the road, and you expect a very wild atmosphere in Indy tomorrow night for that game number 3. All right, we'll do a couple of other things and then move on. We got a lot of football to do as well in this last hour, even some golf. U.S. Open at Oakmont we got to get to, too.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do. But the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
No one is going to pick Indiana. No one's going to pick Indiana to make it close, honestly. Like, you could get tremendous odds if you pick OKC in 7.
I think that taking the series over 5.5 games, the last 2 NBA Finals series ended in 5. I think this one goes 6. I think the Thunder will get the job done, but I think the Pacers are just too strong of a team and too talented of a team and too deep of a team to lose in 5 or fewer games.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The Knicks really got past that playoff dragon for them that really stood in their way. So for the New York Knicks to be the Celtics and then an outright favorite to win the Eastern Conference Finals, that's where the disappointment is.
The goalposts got moved, right? Because when you went into the Celtics series, a lot of Knicks fans said they weren't going to beat it. I'll say this is more unprecedented than the 99 run when they were the 8th seed.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Face, it's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
I'm watching him, and he is on the rubber, and he's back out there throwing again, and he's on the rubber. So what they did was they moved that cage off the mound, and he is on the rubber. I've seen him. He's been a little wild with some of his pitches, and then I've seen other pitches look really good, and then I just saw a guy, I don't know who it was because they're in, like, warm-ups. They're not wearing uniforms or anything. They're, like, wearing sweats and stuff, and someone just jacked him. Just drove a ball a mile on him. So I'm watching him pitch right now, and he's out there working and grinding. So, that's like, and I just saw him throw a perfect curveball. I think that he's, the fact that he's pitching today and he's on the, batting practice on the bump and he's out there working and everything, that, like, to me, it seriously is like the biggest story in baseball. We already knew that he was throwing, but to see him out there actually doing it is bigger than any story in baseball, including the kid's catch in center field, Clark, all this other stuff. The fact that that guy's out pitching right now is the biggest story in baseball.
It is, because it has such big implications. If he joins that Dodger staff, or even if is just coming in at the end of the games.
To win the World Series again, if that guy's pitching.
He might win it even if he doesn't. But yeah, it's going to be even more so if he gets out there, because he's
be winning games and hitting home runs.
Yeah, that's what he does. It's unbelievable. I gave you the Conn Smythe earlier for the NHL, so I figured I'd give you the NBA Finals MVP. It's obviously a little bit more. SGA is the big favorite. He's in a minus 550 right now. Halliburton 7-1. Everybody else is a little far out. SGA, Scotty, he joined Rick Barry, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron with back-to-back finals games of 30-plus points and 3+ steals. So he's obviously well on his way to getting that if they win the series.
Yeah, if. And I'll tell you another thing. I watch and play a lot of basketball. They got snuck up on. I told you, don't creep up on me. Don't creep up on me when I'm, in the house. I'm walking around the corner. I don't have people creeping up on me. The Pacers crept up on them in game 1 and stole that game. Then they get beat by 15, whatever it was, 16 in game 2. And now suddenly, like Coach said, it's over. He said it's over. Like, they're going to win both games in Indianapolis, and it's over. So, therefore, Shea Gilgeous will win the MVP, no questions asked. The only problem with that is it's not over. They haven't even played a game yet at the Fieldhouse in Indy. Slow your roll. Let's see if they go into Indy and win both games like everybody thinks they're going to. I mean, I saw them choke out in game one themselves. I think the Pacers can beat them tomorrow night. I already took the 5.5. I'm like, they're going to beat them.
I am starting to lean more towards they're going to win one of these two games in Indy. And I think you're right that tomorrow night's their best shot. If they got down 2-1, yes, there would be some desperation, but I think this is the night to jump them, just like they did in game one.
If they go down 2-1, are you still selling me that 560 bullshack that we were talking about yesterday on this show? Everybody's like, oh, never mind, they're heavy. They're heavy. It's automatic. Done deal. Like, if they win tomorrow, you know what you can get ready for? 7 games.
If they win tomorrow, I think that this series definitely, it tracks more towards what the Denver series was for OKC. It's going to start to track in that direction where, I think obviously they'd win a 7th game on their home floor. I don't think that they would lose that game, but it's tracking towards that if they lose this game tomorrow night.
But talking about it like the Pacers suck because they won a game and then lost a game. Like it went from 9.5 to 11.5 for a reason. They had to win, and they did. They win by 16. Now all of a sudden they suck. Like, stop. And not only that, once they knew that the game was done, he sat down the whole team. So they quit. Like, don't even tell me that this is over yet because they had one good game. They played 2 games. In one game, they blew it. Second game, they win because they had the big lead and they finished them up. Now let's see what they're made of on the road. We've already seen them on the road look terrible. Okay? Yeah. So let's calm down here. Can we play the game tomorrow night before we start crowning them?
And Carlisle, like you said, he punted the fourth quarter. He basically just said, forget it. Like, we're getting out of here at 1-1. I don't really care what happens from here. Look, the Pacers they're a game opponent here for OKC. This is not going to be a rollover like a lot of people thought that it was going to be, especially with the price thought it was going to be. One other basketball note, and I mean, this could have been like a leftover story, but it was too good, so I figured I'd give you a little extra on this. Did you see the clip?
Yes.
Now, I don't know why Boogie Cousins has got to be playing down in some Puerto Rico league. Look, you think he would have enough money? Maybe it's love of the game. I don't know the deal. He's playing in some league in Puerto Rico. He got run.
Because they pay him.
They pay him. He got run from a game. He's going down the tunnel. People are like throwing drinks on him.
It was way before the tunnel. It was way before the tunnel. So he was on the floor, and a guy in the front row started giving him the business. Literally some small Puerto Rican dude started giving him the business. And my man is a monster. I mean, he's 7 foot, 300 pounds.
Huge.
And he now is fatter than ever. He's not NBA ready. He's Puerto Rican ready. I mean, my man, he grabbed his junk right on television, and then he started shoving the guy and giving him just like, I will F you up. If I put my hands on you, you are going to get hurt, friend. And then everyone pulled this guy back from him. And then he went over, he obviously got ejected. Once they ejected him, he started going down the tunnel and they started douching him with beers. And then he lost his mind and he was doing a run. My guy was trying to climb back into the crowd. I saw him give one guy the finger and then he was taking swings at people. It took 5 security guards to tackle him. They had to tackle him because he was going to kill somebody. Your boy Boogie got him involved. That was the highlight of the night.
Those first 2 or 3 cops or security guards, I mean, they were holding on for dear life. He was going through them no matter what.
Hey sports fans, here's a tip to keep in mind the next time you make your betting picks. According to research, home field advantage is no joke, especially in those playoffs. In the NBA and the NFL postseason, the home team typically has a 64% shot at victory. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So yesterday I watched again, and it's like every year I guess over the years I've watched it, is that it was like the anniversary of Secretariat winning the Belmont by 30 lengths. Like, have you ever seen anything like that in your life? Watching that horse literally eviscerate the field in the Belmont Stakes, like, to win the Triple Crown. Like, watching that horse, and then the angles of it where they showed the thing coming at you. Have you ever seen that angle of it? The picture of the horse up by 30 lengths, and they showed a horse like coming by the cameraman who's like on the inside rail, and you see this horse, and its eyes are open, and this horse was lit. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in horse racing. And we've seen other Triple Crown winners, but never anything like that. I don't care what anyone says, nothing compared to that horse. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen, honestly. And now, like, I was watching, they're comparing the Willie Mays basket catch to the Clark catch. I still think the Willie Mays over the shoulder was the best catch ever. I mean, honestly, I thought the kid's catch yesterday was great. I've seen Mike Trout do that 5 times. Like, who hasn't seen a catch over the wall? But to see a guy running 100 miles an hour, looking over his shoulder and catching it by his onions, running the other way with the ball flying over your head, and you're running and you're looking over your head, like, are you kidding me? That was the greatest catch ever.
Yeah, it's hard to top the Mays one. It was pretty amazing, that kid last night.
It was a great catch.
It was a hell of a catch. It
was
really
a great
was.
catch.
I think it's nuts that he's made 3 ridiculous catches now in like the last 2 weeks. Like, he's made just unbelievable grabs all over the place.
There's a difference when you see Willie Mays do it, and everyone knows it's Willie Mays, and when you see some kid you've never heard of do it, you're like, oh, that's a nice catch. What's his name?
Yeah.
I'll say this much: he's making a name for himself now, though. We all know his name's Clark.
A name for himself now.
I didn't know who he was 2 weeks ago.
No, many did not. All right, NFL. Of course, it's a big week. It's mandatory mini camp week. This is really the last time that teams will get together before training camp. They'll go away after this week, and really you won't see them again until the end of July. Steelers in full effect. TJ Watt, though, not there. He's not attending Steelers mandatory minicamp. He wants a new deal. Didn't we do some story or somebody said last week that he's got like this?
Yeah, he was happy and he was close.
This fat, but there was some fat deal that he hadn't signed. Like it was just sitting on the desk, like waiting for him. What's the problem then? What's the issue?
Yeah, so last week he was this close to a deal, and this week he's not at minicamp. So I think what you need to do is believe today's news that he's not there because he has no deal.
No deal at all. Now, Aaron Rodgers is there, as you know. In fact, look at this. Him and DK Metcalf are already, they're best friends. Look at them in the golf cart. Those are your guys.
So that's not who he married 2 months ago? That's just his new teammate?
No, that's just his new teammate. He did speak today, so I'll have some clips for that for you tomorrow on Coast to Coast. But he did say, because he was wearing a ring, that he did get married, Aaron Rodgers. Trying to pull up the exact quote for you. He did get married. Congratulations. About 4 months now. A few months ago, he said. A few months ago, he got married. So maybe that's why he needed to take all that extra time before showing up at Steelers to sign the contract.
Actually, if I'm Josh Allen and I'm Aaron Rodgers and I got all those MVPs and Super Bowl trophies and all that money, I got to be honest with you, the last thing I'm doing is marrying some chick. Honestly, because that'll turn into a 7-year itch and a divorce waiting to happen. You marry movie stars. Hasn't he already mowed through a couple movie stars, this guy? Wasn't he dating Danica Patrick? Who didn't he date?
What's that other girl that was on Olivia something? I forget her name. I don't know.
Olivia Newton-John?
Olivia Munn. Yeah, he's had a couple of actresses. There you go.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, I don't know that
Born
one.
Alien.
That one's Trey Hendrickson also is not attending Bengals mandatory minicamp. He wants a new deal. Terry McLaurin is not attending Washington mandatory minicamp. He wants a new deal. James Cook did show up at Bills camp. That's because he wants his check. He doesn't want to give any money up. So he made sure to show up to make sure he gets paid.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. The Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Well, the Bills haven't given Cook his money, but they gave their defense an added linebacker by paying someone. Didn't they sign a player today?
They signed Shaq Thompson, who really hasn't played much the last 2 years. He used to be good. Hopefully he can be good again. I don't think that's going to break the bank. I don't think they had to open up the piggy bank too much for that one, but they do bring Shaq Thompson in. They could use as many linebackers as they can get. But big money for we always love when kickers get big money, especially punters, because they usually don't get big money. Michael Dixon of the Seattle Seahawks, 4 years, $16.2 million. Now the highest paid punter in the NFL. Congratulations, Michael. Michael
Wow,
Dixon getting involved.
That's very exciting.
Punters deserve love too, I guess. Nobody likes punters. Nobody ever wants to see them. That usually means that things aren't going well on the offensive side of the ball, but they're useful.
Do the Lions punt ever? Do they go for it on fourth down every time, don't they?
They're one of those teams that is very infrequent with their punter. Their punter doesn't see a lot of time, that's for sure. All right.
The Steelers punt a lot with their broke ass offense.
We'll do a lot tomorrow with the NFL because, like I said, I saw tons of guys talk today. Rodgers, other players all throughout the league. So we'll do some fun with that tomorrow on Coast to Coast. All right. We are getting a little closer to Thursday morning, teeing off for the 125th United States Open at Oakmont. The 10th time they'll be at Oakmont. So 10 of the 125, Scotty, have been here at the Oakmont Country Club. And we know who the big favorites are, of course. How could you not? It's Scotty Scheffler. It's Bryson. Rory, actually, I'm surprised to see Rory in double digits now. 12-1, but he's been so awful.
Shot 81 at Pebble Beach last week. Like 81.
He's
I think I had an 86 there at Pebble Beach.
Rahm at 12, Xander, Colin, Ludwig, and Joaquin Niemann. Now, you sent me this video, and I saw this video making the rounds a lot yesterday. There's been a lot of talk about the rough, about the upkeep of the grass at Oakmont. I mean, look at these guys. I mean, they're doing all that they can. Look at these guys. It's like a line. Look at this assembly line of guys, of this maintenance crew out at Oakmont.
It's like the chain gang.
I mean, look at this. Cutting that grass, get down there in that sand. In the bunker. Look at them going right around. Look at a lot.
They look like cockroaches. Ants.
I was going to say it is. It's like ants.
Look at how brutal that is. Those are those church steeple bunkers. What a disaster. Oh, my God. You know what they did? They ruined, I heard they ruined the golf course over the last few years. I think in around, it's been a while, but in 93, they cut down all the trees.
Yeah.
The place used to be covered with oaks, thus Oakmont. And, it was a real, dangerous golf course with gigantic trees everywhere. They cut them all out, and they're gone. And they said they ruined the golf course. So they made it like a links course. It's got no water. It's got 1 million bunkers, and the bunkers are brutal, and the rough is brutal. So, and the fairways are small. It's not a place where they're, nowadays in golf, as you know, these guys hit so big. All they do is they hit a giant tee shot, and then they hit a floppy wedge into the green. They have big greens, big fairways, big ball off the tee, and a wedge. And it's become a joke, and they play 30-under golf tournaments. Well, you're not going to see any of that this week, okay? You're going to see guys in more trouble than their marriages. Trust me when I tell you, the ball, when you can't see your feet, let alone the ball, you're going to have problems hitting out of that and landing anywhere, except maybe hitting a head or something. The balls are going to be flying all over the place at that golf course, and you know it.
They are going to be flying all over the place. I believe Stewie gave me some great number on that golf preview show that we did. Of all the U.S. Opens at Oakmont, I think he said like only 6% of the players ever finished under par. Combined. If you combine all the U.S. Opens that have been at this place, it's very difficult to break par at Oakmont Country Club. Now, the last time they were there, Scotty, was 2016 when Dustin Johnson did that. He not only broke par, he won his first major at that U.S. Open. Of course, he has not been playing that well the last couple of years. I mean, we know the deal with DJ, right, Scotty? I mean, he took some big bag from Liv, and my man's just been chilling, living life. But here he is talking about how he won and what he has to apply that to this week as well.
If it's that hard, how did you shoot 4 under last time? Or 5 under? Take your pick.
5 under. I drove it really straight. I mean, I hit a lot of fairways. That was the only reason I shot that well. Yeah, I mean, I think
it seems
like it's tougher this time around, but that's just maybe with a little bit of added length. It's going to make it a little more difficult. But yeah, somehow I figured out a way to get it under par.
Listen, I'm going to say this. He sucks now. He doesn't even matter. He got $1 billion to go to live, and he's got a smoking hot wife. He got no time for golf. My man is busy in the sheets, and he don't matter anymore. He has no chance to win this. 0. The fact that he won it in 16 means absolutely nothing. His game is so broke. When is the last time that guy? Maybe it was 2016. That guy does not matter anymore at all in majors. No. He literally has fallen off the face of the earth.
And the best part is like he don't care at all. Like he just living that life, man. I mean, he just cozy up with Paulina. He got all those big checks. Like it ain't bothering him.
I'm surprised he doesn't have 4 kids already.
He did say he's going to play golf for 6 more years. He says he thinks he can grind for 6 more years before he just hangs it up and starts fishing all the time. That's what he said. Let me get this in because you're going to like this. This is Xander Schauffele. And you say this all the time about what do fans want to see at the U.S. Open? Xander knows what they want to see.
Are you okay with hack-out rough if there's,
It's the U.S. Open, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because, some people think that's
I don't think people.
boring golf.
I don't think people turn the TV on to watch. Some of the guys just hit like a 200-yard shot on the green. You know what I mean? I think they're watching. They turn the U.S. Open to see a guy shooting 8 over and suffer. That's part of like the enjoyment of playing in the U.S. Open for viewers.
Right, but you're not playing for viewers, and people say, well, that seems boring. Hack-out rough seems boring, but
boring.
The rough is there to test the tournament golfer, not to.
Who is this guy?
Entertain the viewer.
I think if you're a true fan of golf, it's more about what happens after the hack out.
Yeah, listen, just shut up. That was the worst interview ever. Like, are you kidding me? There is nothing better than watching them. These guys are so great at golf. There's nothing better than watching them suffer like the rest of us. And it's not for the viewers. Well, then why is it on CBS every week since before Christ? It's on network television every week. It's on Golf Channel every week. More people watch golf than they do their own children. Okay? So my man over here asking stupid questions, they need to get him a bottle of Fireball, get him drunk, and stuff him in the back of a car. Shut up. You suck. You're a horrible journalist. I don't care who it was. Those questions suck. Ruined my day. And Schauffele was laughing at him. Like, he's like, what? What are you talking about?
At least Xander gets it. He's like, people want to watch us struggle. Like, he's into it. Like, this is what they want to see. They want to see us hacking out of
the
this
U.S.
club.
Open and the Open Championship are Suffer City, and that's what I want to see.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Well, thank God we've got the Smiley Kaufman U.S. Open report.
I don't know who you're going to put your money on this week, what the safest bet is here, but I do know this, Smiley. If you're looking at outright odds, where do you think we were talking about Scotty and Rory? They were in like the 4-1, 5-1 ish range for all these majors, for by and large, maybe a little bit higher or lower depending on the venue. Where do you think Scotty and Rory are now outright to win at Oakmont, the U.S. Open?
I do not know the answer to this, but I'm going to give you my best guess. They were both around that plus 450-ish range after the Masters when we were talking about the U.S. Open odds. I would imagine Scotty's have creeped down, especially 4 out of 5, and then coming off of a win at Memorial. I would say that he's probably creeped down to plus 375, and then I'm going to say that Rory McIlroy's probably creeped up to, gosh, if he was around plus 500, I would say that he's probably around plus 800 now.
You're getting really good at this game, Smiley. Plus 275 for Scotty Scheffler to win, and plus 850 for Rory McIlroy. So it just goes to show, at least in the handicapper's mind. And again, thanks to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook for teeing that up. And by the way, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code Smiley Show. That's code SMYLIESHOW for new customers to score $300 in bonus bets when you win your $5 bet. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 5,000 odds required. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. It's another disclaimer week, Smiley. How'd I do, by the way?
I thought you were just going to do like a short version of it, and then once you got closer to Boot Hill Casino, that's when I knew we were all the way.
That's
in.
Once you get to Boot Hill, there's no going back. We're going all the way to Kansas.
Thanks for sticking with us, folks.
I mean, at least it's somewhat entertaining to see if I can make it through that read.
That was actually really good. Well done.
I'll say, like, if that's the tone we're setting this week, we might just throw the recorded disclaimer out the window. I think I'm gonna have a handle on it. Although I'm gonna ask you to do it too. It's only fair to give us both a shot at it.
It's fair. That is fair. I definitely want to give it a bat.
But those are the DraftKings Sportsbook odds, and the separation, I think, is pretty stark there between two guys we felt like we're going to rule the golf landscape for the rest of the season. And no matter which driver Rory shows up with at Oakmont, I mean, you said it since the Truist, that we're just a little concerned about where he's at off the tee. You know, this feels like one of the worst possible venues you could have for a get right week at a major. Is that fair to say?
Definitely. You don't want to be coming into Oakmont looking for accuracy, because hitting the fairway is going to be so important. And for Rory, like I said earlier, it sets up his game when he's driving it good. These mammoth of par fours that they're going to have out here at this golf course become much more manageable. What will be helpful is that there is some rain in the forecast, and they've had a bunch of rain to this point. From my sources on the ground, outside the ropes, it's a slosh pit, mud pit. So make sure you're not bringing pretty white shoes over to Oakmont this week. It's going to be it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Those guys are living the dream, Carver High. I mean, it's pretty clear to me.
It is pretty clear. Of course, and Smiley is now there, I know, at Oakmont. He'll be there the rest of the week. I know NBC has the Open this week, so you'll see lots of Smiley on there as they get cooking for the U.S. Open. All right, let me give you one more since I do have the time. Justin Thomas, of course, this place will psych you out. Hearing about how hard it is to play. Justin Thomas doesn't really want to hear about any of that, Scotty. He knows.
I mean, being perfectly honest and very selfish, I hope it psychs a lot of players out. But it's a part of the preparation, like trying to go hit wedges or trying to get the speed of the greens or anything. It's getting a game plan for how you're going to approach the course mentally and strategically. And I understand this place is hard. I don't need to read articles, or I don't need to hear horror stories. Like, I've played it. I know it's difficult, but I also have faith that if I go play well and I'm driving the ball well and hitting my irons like I know I can, I'm gonna have a lot of birdie opportunities. So I just need to, kind of pick my spots and take the hole in the course for kind of what I have that day, kind of thing.
When has he done that lately, besides not lately? And secondly, here's the thing. They all talk big on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday and Friday, they all start crying. By Saturday, they're complaining. By Sunday, they want to hang themselves. They're finally playing a golf course that is going to spit them out, and I can't wait to watch them start whining. They all whine when it's too hard. I mean, they all are a bunch of stuck-up rich peas anyway, so there's nothing better than watching them struggle. And then they start complaining about it, and it's not fair and all this other nonsense. I mean, they really turn into school kids when they play brutal golf courses. They do it at the U.S. Open, and they do it at the Open Championship. And then they play these other, like the Masters. I know the Masters is the greatest tournament in the world, and it really is wonderful and beautiful, the azaleas. Too bad everybody's 40 under. I mean, the course is easy to them. They play it so much it's easy. I don't want it to ever be easy in a major. That's it. I want them to suffer. I've said this a million times. The days of wine and roses in golf. Christ, every week they're 45, 50 strokes under par. Scheffler wins every God. Don't get me started. I almost dropped a bomb right there. Like, don't get me started. I'm done with it. I hope he suffers too.
Not this week. Ain't going to be any of that this week out at Oakmont. Winning score will be very interesting to see how low somebody can go to win this.
I hope so.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so. But with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday night, Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So I read that he shot 81 at Pebble, but you're telling me it was at Oakmont he had an 81.
Yeah, it was the scouting trip that he did last week before coming here. So he stopped there last week, then went to Toronto for the RBC, and then came back.
It was terrible
obviously.
there.
He was awful. Probably the worst Thursday, Friday he's had in like 15 years.
What the hell has happened to him since he won the Masters? He's fallen apart.
He's completely fallen apart. Yeah,
Everybody loves
completely fallen
leftovers.
apart. Everybody's love leftovers. Last thing on the golf, the featured groups for Thursday and Friday. Ludwig Oberg's playing with Adam Scott and Hideki Matsuyama. Xander and Bryson are with that amateur champ, Jose Luis Ballester. Shane Lowry, Justin Rose, and Rory going off at 7:40 Thursday morning. Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka, and Minwoo Lee. Jordan Spieth, John Rahm, and Dustin Johnson. And Scotty Scheffler goes off in the afternoon on Thursday with Victor Hovland and Colin Morikawa.
I think your boy, what's his name, Rose, the British dude, he's a great golfer, and he comes up big in majors. I bet he kicks Rory's ass.
Well, like we're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow because it's Golf Wednesday. We want guys this week, Scotty, that play good at tough conditions and tough courses. And Justin Rose, he is a guy that has shown he can play well in tough conditions. He's done it in the past at the Open Championship. He's done it. He's one of those guys. So look out for him. All right. The College Baseball World Series is set. The 8 teams that are going to Omaha. And there it is. Arizona, Coastal Carolina, Louisville, Oregon State, Murray State, who's only the 4th 4-seed ever to reach Omaha, will play UCLA. And LSU will play Arkansas. Those are the 8 teams that remain. I will tell you, Arkansas is the favorite of them all to win it all.
Not one team from last year is in this. Not one.
Now that's cool. That's what we like to call changing it up. And Arkansas the favorite. Look at Murray State down 35-1 for them to pull the shocker, as they've already done so far here. All right. More leftovers for you. Lee Corso's final college game day appearance will be in Columbus for the Ohio State-Texas Week 1 matchup. And that'll be the end of the line for the headgear and Corso, which I think I saw them say today. That was also the first place they went. Was Columbus the first time that they did it?
And he's an institution. There's no doubt about it. But it's gotten really sad and bad the last couple of years. No one wants to get down to it, but that's exactly what's happened. They got to end that. So it is what it is. It's another case of they let these dudes work till they're 90. It's unbelievable.
Deion Sanders has been away from the Colorado football program. He's been dealing with an illness. He's been back home in Texas for the past couple, I guess, days or weeks. I'm not really sure. More toe jam, possibly. The 2026 F1 racing calendar was released. It features United States stops in Miami, Austin, and yes, again, in Las Vegas, which is, of course, now Vegas. Thanksgiving. Where else would you rather be? Rafa Nadal's 2017 French Open winning tennis racket sells for a record price of $157,000. That is the most anyone has ever paid for a tennis racket. $157K for Rafa Nadal. Patty Mills is now the GM of the Hawaii men's basketball team.
What is happening?
Good to know he's got something to do.
He's from Australia. What does he got to do with? Did he play in Hawaii?
He played at St. Mary's. Didn't he play at St. Mary's, Patty Mills?
How did he get that job?
Canelo, who knows? Canelo and T-Bud will be streamed live on Netflix and will be on September the 13th in Las Vegas.
Are you telling me you don't have to pay for that fight? You just have to have Netflix?
I would have to assume it's like everything else we've watched on Netflix. The Tyson scam, the NFL games. If you got Netflix, you watch the fight. That's what it sounds like to me.
Wow, that's fantastic news because I thought the Saudis and Dana were going to screw that up for everybody and charge you $200 for that fight. Ferrall finish, Jared Leto accused of inappropriate behavior allegedly toward underage girls in a new expose. That just sounds awful, doesn't it? It just creepy. I don't want any part of that. A YouTuber killed outside the Bellagio fountains during a shooting Sunday night. Did you see this guy? They had like a squabble. They had like a thing going on. They hated each other, and the one guy showed up and killed him. Shot 2 people dead right in front of the Bellagio. People were running for their lives. You got Front Office Sports next, then GTD, then In-Game Live, then Sports Rage, 8 o'clock, The Institution, Carver and Lisi. Get the Ferrall app. You'll love it. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 on Coast to Coast.
If we had like Big Shot Bob for Robert Horry, what are we calling Tyrese Halliburton? Because Big Shot Bob would give you like 1 a postseason. This guy's giving you 3 in 3 rounds. What a performance down the stretch by Halliburton and the entirety of that team sticking together, staying to the plan, and shocking everyone in the fourth quarter again.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We have control of any sport. Baseball, you can breathe. The pitcher steps off the mound, even at the bottom of the 9th World Series or whatever. Football, okay, first down. Then you second down, and there's a method to it, right? The hockey is just all out reactionary, crazy, puck bouncing around everywhere. Oh my God, there's always like a scoring chance.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here, he'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.